Hey, what's good, everybody? This is EJ,
It's your boy Kenny.
And it's Francis.
and this is the Banter 3FC podcast with three friends that love the game and love talking all things football. We're going to switch it up today. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to the UConn women's basketball team for finally capturing banner number 12. Shout out to
You know how that goes.
Come on.
Basketball capital of the world for a reason.
Quick side story. I lost my gear, but I'm definitely going to be repping Connecticut tomorrow when I find it. Hey, but we move. But yeah, shout out to them. It's been 9 years since the women's last one, and I felt like that was just weird not seeing, the women's basketball team.
Yeah, it's my senior year.
Yeah, it just tells us that we've been spoiled. We've been spoiled a lot.
Yeah, but that's what they say about winners. So, it is what it is. And shout out to Paige, man. I know she watches the pod, so shout out to her.
Go.
Right.
After all them injuries, finally getting that championship, shout out to her. No, it's been a
heck
long
of a
ride.
career. Heck of a career. Well deserved.
Good luck in the W. Good luck in the W.
Number one draft pick for a reason.
Yes, sir. But yeah. Do want to remind you guys as well, as always, we are on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, and Apple Podcasts. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share all of our content because we're nothing without our faithful viewers. Appreciate the love and support. Let's get into it. All right. So this week, we're going to go through a couple games because I think because of like the quick turnaround from Matchweek 30 to Matchweek 31, we had to give a little bit of time. So we're back again, and we're here to talk through those games to start off. Then we're going to give a preview of what's to come next week. Then we'll touch on the European competitions as well as the Connecticut State playoffs. And then we'll wrap it up. But yeah. First on the ticker. What is it? Arsenal versus Fulham?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we had the 2:45 kickoff. Yep. So, Arsenal versus Fulham. We ended up winning this game 2-1. I just want to say, because a lot of people say I don't have good things to say about him, I want to give a personal shout out to Gabriel Martinelli because that was the first time this whole season I seen him come to play with seriousness. He was quick, he was decisive, and there was end product in just about everything he did. He took his man on, and he was dangerous. That's all I ask for every week. If you don't score, if you don't get an assist, that's a different conversation, but I like to see what I saw, and long may that continue. And then another big shout out to the star boy, Bukayo Saka. After 4 months of being injured, comes back, which it feels like a new signing. He came back on his debut.
Debut of
nice
what?
Little header. Nice little header into the back post. Love to see it. Shout out to my boy. It was just really good to see him come back and be healthy because, that's my guy. Love him. And he's really the star boy of the club, so big shout out to him. Really hated to see the Gabriel injury. He's out for the season. That's going to be a big deal. Not too confident about Jakub Kiwior. You guys know my sentiments on him. I've already said everything I need to say. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes with that. But outside of that, pretty straightforward. Got the 2-1 win. Move on to the next fixture.
Was it that straightforward though?
Fulham had some chances at the end. They had some chances at the end.
But they didn't. I don't know. Did you guys watch the game? I don't know if y'all watched it, but it was.
I was in between.
Yeah, But from what I saw, Fulham had a chance if they had scored that first goal earlier with about 10 minutes left to go in the game.
Muniz, right?
Yeah, Muniz,
Yeah,
yeah.
with the
You
point
guys,
blank header. Yeah,
yeah,
you're 100% right.
exactly.
But it's like it just goes into that thing that I would say that we dominated the game. They didn't do anything. They just defended, and then they had a couple counterattacks. He missed one, and he scored the other. So
Yeah.
Could have been interesting.
yeah, but I still think it was straightforward. I never felt worried that they were going to get back into the game just with how the game was going and like the game state and all that. I just didn't see it happening, but I think it was pretty straightforward. So
Yeah.
nothing else?
Nothing else.
Yeah. See, straightforward. Let's keep it rolling. Manchester United. What we got from our Man U correspondent, Kenny? Talk to us.
United versus Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. It had to be one of our own to just stab me in the heart. Anthony Elanga. What a goal. What a goal. Honestly, that was a game where, if you're watching the game, we actually started off a lot better than Forest. And we were taking a corner. And it was literally one of those weird, like, the ball bounced. I think they headed it out, fell right in the path of Elanga. And you guys know his pace. He was out of there. Scored a beautiful solo goal. But even besides that, we didn't play badly. It wasn't like one of those games where we just kind of fell apart after the goal and made more mistakes and things like that. We actually kind of had a few opportunities. Garnacho had a couple shots on goal that he should have put on goal. But it wasn't the worst game. It just sucks that it had to be Elanga. And it brought me back to your question about him a couple of weeks ago, right? If that's Elanga on United, it's about confidence. He would never have done that for United. But I love seeing that he's doing that for Forest because now he has that confidence. I think he has like 6 goals and 8 assists this season, if I'm not mistaken. So it's just about that confidence, and that's something he would never have been able to do if he stayed on the Manchester United squad that we have now. So love to see for him. It's unfortunate it happened against us, but yeah, like I predicted a loss, so I'm not surprised. I think I predicted a 2-1 loss, so not surprised. They're a good team this year, and they're going to be a Champions League team.
Nothing else from you, Francis?
No.
That's just beautiful analysis. Let's keep it pushing.
All right. Up next from our Chelsea correspondent. Talk to us, Francis. What we got?
Yes. The Blues take on the Spuds, Tottenham Hotspur at Stamford Bridge, London Derby. We know we despise Tottenham, everything about them. Score finished 1-0. You could definitely say it was a London Derby, but I expected a little bit more from both teams. But that type of game, things like that happen. One goal came from Enzo Fernandez. Cole Palmer with a great cross into the box. Enzo makes a beautiful run into the box, heads it point blank, boom. And that actually happened to be Cole Palmer's first assist in, I think, since December.
Since December.
I think December, yeah. So it's been a minute. But
since the beginning of December.
Since December. Thank you. But overall,
I know because my fantasy has taken a big suffering blow because he has done nothing since the beginning of December.
Honestly, you could have just accepted that soccer trade. They both did nothing.
I'm not talking. When it comes
but overall, yes, 1-0. Caicedo hit a banger. It's unfortunate they ruled it offside. I respect my boy Moises Caicedo with a banger, and you guys saw it with yourself. Yes, they also did have Spurs definitely did have an offside goal. Papa Sarr was his name? Papa Sarr, I think. Sarr.
It wasn't
offside. It wasn't. It just fouled.
No. Yes. Thank you. He fouled Moises beforehand, but that was a disgusting shot. Really good. Although Sanchez, I saw you say Sanchez. Absolutely should have saved it. Spurs did have a chance at the very, very end. Son had a chance to equalize, but credit to Sanchez, he did make a good stop there. And 1-0, we move. Simple. Another L for Spuds.
Let's calm down with it wasn't a banger. Wasn't he in the 18?
It was a great shot. Like, respect.
It was a
just kept
good
saving
hit, but it wasn't like a banger.
it. Yo,
He was
just
inside the box.
The hate is just oozing from your skin.
It's not hate. I just
Listen,
hate that you think that he's like that.
My
Because he is.
thing is, hold on, stop.
Oh my god.
My thing is, I'm not gonna lie. Francis was a good hit, good connection. I'll give him credit for that. I just can't agree with the he's like that. That's the part where you lose me. Like thunder strikes twice. What's lightning can strike twice in the same place, bro? Like relax. This guy's talking like he's Stevie G in his prime, and
Yeah.
Lampard in
You
his
all have
prime
your
or something.
opinion, I have mine, and I'm rocking with my guy regardless. That's what it is.
Keep
That was his
rocking.
4th Premier League goal
I'm rocking
of
with
his
my guy
his
career.
career.
I'm rocking with my guy regardless.
Okay. Maybe you see stuff in your dreams.
I'm not gonna lie, yo, you guys remember that episode of SpongeBob when he had on the glasses and it was squeezing his head so tight? That's
No,
Francis.
actually, I don't.
Those blue
And
glasses,
I
they're
watched
on
SpongeBob
so
growing up my
tight
entire
that
life.
they just. Hey, I never seen somebody who's so delusional about their club in my whole life.
Oh,
I've
I
never
have.
seen it.
And that person wearing a
No.
great beanie right now. I have.
Oh yeah.
My boy.
Oh yeah.
We can
Nah,
get
my
there.
boy. No, Kenny. You know who is the most delusional fan that you have ever talked to? Be real, dog.
You two are up there.
All right. He wants to
You
play.
two-
He wants to play Silent
No.
Stand. You got it.
No. First of all, if you let me finish, you two are up there. But as of recently, EJ, you've actually been more honest about Arsenal, which I can respect. Francis, I don't know what happened to you. You've just been drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't know what's been going on with you. It's been actually ridiculous to witness. But that's neither here nor there.
It's disgusting. But we'll keep it rolling. Rolling. This isn't the Chelsea Inside Chelsea FC podcast. This is the Banter 3 FC, so we'll keep it rolling.
Yes.
All right. Up next, Matchweek 31. Early morning kickoff. Arsenal versus Everton. Our last trip to Goodison Park. And that one ended 1-1. Honestly,
Francis, go get your popcorn. We're gonna be here a while.
honestly, I don't really have much to say on this game. It was really a nothing game, and you could tell by the way that the lineup came out. There was literally, I think he made like 8 changes, something like that. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he made like 5 changes. So I think it was just a game to like get the bench players, get them some minutes in their legs, and then also let the starters rest, and then come in and get some match fitness into their legs or whatever. So it was just one of those. Because we have our eyes on the only possible trophy we can get this season, which is the Champions League. So that's where our focus is right now. So it was really a nothing game. I liked how we played to score the goal, and I really felt like after watching it, because I watched it from beginning to end, it was just one of those games again where Everton didn't create anything, they didn't do anything. The ref just gifted them that penalty. And honestly, that's just kind of sums up the season. That was just a terrible call. I don't understand in what world that's a penalty, but the ref gave it, they scored it, and then that was really it. We didn't create anything after that, so it is what it is. I do want to say one thing. Like this just shows how bad the refereeing was. There was a situation where we got the ball off a corner. Raya caught it, and he's trying to like run out and like play quick. The defender on Everton ran into him and then bumped him off. And then when he tried to like punt the ball forward, the guy jumped in front of the ball. The ref was watching it the whole way. Didn't call anything. Then, at the end of the game, he blew the whistle early to end the game early. And then after, he said to let's finish out the last 10 seconds. He gave Everton their free kick. They took the free kick, and the guy did the exact same thing where Ryan caught it. He just ran at him and prevented him from. It was just bad refereeing. Like it's stuff like that just aggravates me, but it's a nothing game, so it is what it is. I'm curious to know what you guys think about the penalty, though. It's never a penalty, in my opinion. I'm just curious to see what y'all think.
It is soft. It's a soft penalty. I will say that. But at the end, he did kind of fall on him in the box. But
Oh, come on.
I understand. It's me personally. I agree with you guys. That should not be a penalty. But I can kind of see it. But I agree. It should not be a penalty.
Now all of a sudden, Francis wants to play devil's advocate.
Question, Francis. Could it have been the reputation of MLS?
You know what? That's a great thing for you to bring up because this is not the first penalty that he's caused. Or he's also had a red card too, right?
Yeah. 2, 1 got disallowed.
You care to explain this?
I'm not entertaining this nonsense.
It's not entertaining. We're just.
I'm not entertaining it. It's not.
His reputation, and he should have another red card because he got 2. I think it was a Champions League. He should have got 2 yellows. But that's neither here nor there. That wasn't a penalty. That was one of the because to me, not even because of whatever happened in the box. It's because the foul is starting outside the box. So if you're calling a foul, them falling over is a result of the foul that occurred after. Sorry, is a result of the foul that occurred before they got into the penalty box. So that's just a result of the play.
Yeah. So if you're gonna say it's a foul,
it's a foul.
Outside the box.
Yeah, it's a foul, but he's grabbing him outside the box, so they just happen to fall into the box. To me, so him falling on him and all that, he's already on his way down. So the foul happens before they get into the penalty box. So to me, if that was me, I would be pissed because that doesn't make any sense to me. That how that's even being reviewed for a penalty when he clearly fouls him outside of the box.
I don't even, Francis. I don't even understand why. I'm not gonna lie, because Francis is over here trying to well, you know,
I am in agreement. We're all in agreement. That should not be a penalty. But I'm saying I can slightly understand from the referee's point of view as to.
So yeah, it could be.
It's not. It could be. Unfortunately, this referee said and saw it as a penalty, although I personally don't think it should be a penalty. But hey, that's what makes referees different.
You like to dance and hide behind words.
Francis said to be or not to be. That's the question.
That is the question.
Yeah. Anyway.
Just keep it rolling. I don't even care about this game. Let's keep it rolling. Who's next?
So I will take your 1-1 nothing game and I will raise you some trash that we saw. Brentford.
Wait, Chelsea. Francis, before you go
ahead.
I just have to say, when we had our post game call, he couldn't stop laughing. Once he saw the result, because he didn't watch
Everton.
Of course.
Once he saw, he was just that 7:30 kickoff, right?
Thank you. You see, I even forgot about it. Thank you for bringing that up, ladies and gentlemen. What do I always say? That 7:30 kickoff. What's my prediction every single time? 1-1 draw. It doesn't matter.
That is true.
1-1 draw.
That is true.
Let's talk about what Chelsea did very next day.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolute hot nonsense.
The Arsenal segment has finished.
Yeah, absolute hot nonsense. Brentford, Chelsea at the G-Tech, I think, their stadium. It was absolutely garbage. I wasted my time watching that game. First off, okay, let's start with this. First off, I don't even know why. Well, Maresca decided to rest and not start Nico Jackson or Cole Palmer. I guess supposedly the reasoning is because he is worried about the upcoming Conference League quarterfinal game that we have against who, guys? Legal Warsaw. And I definitely, I'm sorry, no disrespect to y'all. I didn't pronounce you guys your name correctly, but let's be real. This is Chelsea. That I'm not hearing an excuse. Regardless, Nkunku started. Up top, Jadon Sancho started, and Noni Madueke started at in the front. Nkunku, I said this before. I think the last pod. I'm done with him, and it's very unfortunate, but sell him straight up. I'm going to have to start having a conversation about Jadon Sancho because what he's doing is starting to really agitate me. All this fainting and faking and stuff.
Look at Kevin
I know.
cheesing from
Cheesing.
ear to ear.
like a clown. Look at him. Anyway, Jadon Sancho.
Go ahead.
I feel like I said it before, but you need to be more direct. Stop this faking nonsense that you're doing and just do something with the ball. I caught myself 3 or 4 times yelling at my phone. What are you doing? Just do something with the ball. Do something. Even if it's trash right now, just do something, dog. But that's another case. Palmer and Nico Jackson did come in. And when they did come in, game kind of started. I feel like Chelsea started playing better when they came in, clearly. But I will not lie. Brentford probably should have won that game because they had 2 really good opportunities at the very end to win the game for them, and they just didn't capitalize. Cole Palmer did have 1 chance at the very, very end, but that would have been really just that would have been a steal of a game. So, and they 0-0, we move.
Yeah,
you guys are really poor, and I just couldn't believe that your manager decided to prioritize
the Conference League
over
on a
the
Thursday.
Prem.
Thank you. I told you guys this. It just shows where my club is at now. It's that simple.
Yeah, that makes no sense. If rest is the issue, they have 3 or 4 days to get rest for a Conference League game that nobody cares about.
First leg. It's not even the second leg. It's the first leg. Like,
right,
bro, get on my face with that nonsense.
It would be a shame if you guys lost the Conference League, but at the end of the day, nobody at Chelsea is looking forward to winning the Conference League. So it doesn't really matter. Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me, man.
Well, then I guess we'll keep it rolling to the big match of the weekend. The Manchester Derby. Talk to us, Kenny.
Big game this weekend. And honestly, I haven't felt more confident about going into playing against City as much as I have this season. I just feel like we have their number for some reason, and we should have taken care of business this game. Overall, anyone who watched this game, United should have won this game. We played so well. This was the first time that I could say that these players are finally comfortable in this system. We just need the talent, just a little bit more players that can just steal the game. You know what I mean? So a little bit more Brunos. Yeah, give me some more Brunos all over the pitch.
Not order.
You said it, not me. So EJ hates us. But yeah, we just
entertaining nonsense. That's all. I'm really not.
So yeah, we looked very, very comfortable. It was some stretches of play. I was like, wow. Hodgland holding up the play or linking up play with Garnacho or Bruno, runs in behind, runs from the wings. Patrick Dorgu or Darlow had a great game. But shout out to Casemiro. I've come here a lot and talked about how his time is up, which I still think it is. But a player like him, he has kind of these games will come few and far between, and this was one of them. He was all over the pitch, making tackles. You can tell that because of our formation, this he had like that balance. He had like um the stability to be able to kind of know his position and make those plays that he was making in his first season where he was just covering up for mistakes and things like that. So he had a fantastic game. This was a game where I really think we were missing Ahmad. I think he would have had a time against City. He would have definitely made something happen.
My guy.
But it's unfortunate that it finished 0-0. Definitely a game that we deserve to win. I was completely amazed at how well we played against City. But yeah, it just goes to show we just need some more talent. But I love what I'm seeing in terms of them being comfortable in this system.
Yeah, I think well said. I watched the game, just about the whole thing, and you guys played really well. But part of me was like, is it because City is so far behind right now with everything in terms of like the player injuries and that stuff? But you guys did play well. You have been playing well these past few weeks, so
Yeah, just need to finish. Just got to score.
Isn't that the
yeah,
issue for all of us?
literally. Um, well, okay. I guess that wraps up the match week 30 and 31 combo. Let's keep it rolling to European competition. Talk to me. Where do we want to start?
Where else are we gonna start?
Look at how Kenny's set up.
Where else are we gonna start?
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Have some decorum. My goodness. Look,
I've
yo, listen, viewers, I want you guys to please watch mannerisms as you watch this show. You can see the
Absolutely.
enemy of progress 1 and enemy of progress 2. You can see it live. look at how he's set up.
I've been waiting. I've been
Oh.
waiting. So please
So
go ahead.
where do we want to start?
Let's start
Should
in
we start
order.
from bottom up, or because we gotta
Oh,
go through all three?
Oh no, we're starting in order. Start in regular order, please. Thank you.
ours won't be that long. Go ahead.
Trust.
Okay, so on Tuesday, Arsenal versus Real Madrid in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. First game is at the Emirates. Second game is at the Bernabeu. So, what is this? A prediction or just talk about how I feel? What we thinking? How we want to do this?
Both.
Yeah, quick preview and then your prediction.
Yeah.
Okay. So going into the game, it's gonna be a tough one. Real Madrid, the relationship that they have with this competition. But I think if I had a choice of playing them or Atletico, I think I would prefer Real Madrid just because stylistically it would be better for us. Because as you can see, Arsenal's issue is playing against teams that sit in a low block, and that would have been 180 minutes of watching plus extra time because it will probably go to penalties of Atletico Madrid, and that was never the team that I wanted to face. And Real Madrid's another team that you don't want to see in Champions League. But hey, it's the cards we're dealt, and we just have to go and find a way to make magic happen. We have to create magic in this competition because that's all it takes sometimes. For a team to go on a run at the right time, beat a team that, because we're definitely the underdogs in this, beat a team that they're probably not supposed to beat, and go find a way to make the competition happen. And honestly, if we're going to do it, if we're trying to be like the big dog at the table, try to be one of those big clubs or whatever, these are the things that you got to do. I would have preferred to play them with a more healthy squad because there's a lot of like injuries in terms of like you have to play Mikel Marino as striker. Now we don't have Gabriel. Things like that frustrate me, but we gotta find a way to make something happen. Because this is literally all we have left this season. All of our eggs are in this basket, so we just gotta find a way to make it happen. Stylistically, the way they match up with us, I do think that there is a chance. Now it's with Saka being back, Martinelli looks like he's playing well. Declan Rice's form is starting to come up. So, there is a chance. My prediction, and I want to and I think back to 20 years ago when we played against them, when we had Henri. It was a draw at Highbury, and then we went on to have Henri score at the Bernabeu and carry us on to the next round. I'm going to predict a 1-0 win for Arsenal at the Emirates. We just have to not concede. I think we can score. With Saka being on the field, I think that we can score. At the Bernabeu, that's a whole different conversation. But with the first leg being at the Emirates, we have to focus on doing our job, which is not conceding, and find a way to score. If we could do that, we can win the game. So I'm going to have, what's the word? Faith or hope that we can find a way to just get because when I look at Real Madrid, I think the way that we could catch them is on a set piece. And we just got to find a way, man. That's literally all it is. We just have to find a way. And if we do that, we can win the home leg. If we find a way to score and we don't concede, we can win the home leg. At the Bernabeu, that's a different conversation. We'll talk about that when the time comes, but that's where I'm at right now.
Thank you for at least showing that you still have a little bit of faith in your team. I appreciate that because I was expecting you to say something wild, but I'm very happy that you predicted that. Personally,
just need magic, man. That's all we need, magic.
I think because obviously first leg is at the Emirates, and a lot of people are doubting Arsenal. I think Arsenal's gonna actually come out and play pretty decent. And I know Gabriel not being there is definitely a big blow, but I do think you guys are gonna play very well against Real Madrid tomorrow. I think it's gonna be a 1-1. I think it's gonna be 2-1 Real Madrid. It'll be 1-1 game. Real Madrid is gonna find a way at the very end to sneak in a goal and take a 2-1, go back to the Bernabeu.
My prediction, I just want you to know, is just based off me praying that Jakub Kiwior does not make a mistake. Because that's where
I'm expecting Kiwior to make a mistake. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be 2-1.
He will.
I'm expecting that.
I don't know what's wrong with you guys.
I think Arsenal's going to play pretty well. I really do think so.
I'm sorry. I think this is going to be
a smacking.
I'm so sorry. I think this is going to be 3-0, and you guys will get a goal late, so make it 3-1 to close out. But it's not going to feel like a 3-1. It's going to feel like a 3-0. No, it's with Gabriel. I think that's the biggest factor because what he does is just shore up that line. Even with Saliba, sometimes he's been shown to be mistake prone. But Gabriel, I can't remember the last time I seen him ever make a mistake. So with that gone, and Kiwior, come on.
Gabriel scores goals on your set pieces too.
Exactly. So I just see Mbappe having a field day. I see Rudiger on a corner. He scores goals too as a center back.
Thank you.
Who's gonna stop that? I don't see anyone doing that.
I get that, but we have size all over the field, and I think that that's where we have an advantage against Real Madrid. So that's why I'm saying like it would have to be off of a set piece or something, or Saka doing something magical. Though
That
that's the only two ways that it can
yeah.
happen.
Even you're not keeping a clean sheet. You guys have not been keeping clean sheets as often as you did last year. So there's no way you're doing that against Madrid. But yeah, 3-1 is my prediction.
Hey man, that's your prediction. That's your opinion. So we move. We'll see tomorrow, but we got to make magic happen. That's literally
Agreed.
that's all I'm hope. That's literally all I'm hoping on. Magic. We haven't had luck. We haven't had magic happen this entire season. I'm just hoping that it didn't happen all season for it to start happening now. So
It's fair.
Hey, it's
no,
good
because
to have faith.
the thing that aggravates me is if I came in here and if I said, yeah, we're probably gonna lose it is that why do you think that?
Yeah,
Blah, blah,
that's
blah, blah. Like
which is
that's
what,
but that's how
and that's why I came out and said I appreciate you for having faith. I
I was
appreciate you.
shocked. I
You
was
see, that's why
shocked.
I'm not saying anything else. I said I appreciate you.
hey man, this is a magical competition. I just need one or two moments of magic.
Oh, I know about it. Thank you.
All right. Who's next?
Europa
Man, you.
League. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
let's go in tiers. Got it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Um United against Lyon. Are we home? Can't remember if we're home the first game. I think we should be able to take care of business. I'm going to make this quick. I think we actually are going to be able to score 2 goals against them. So I'll go 2-1 United. Um, and yeah, I actually do think we're going to make a run. I think we're talking before this. My only reason for not wanting to win Europa League is because I don't want us to be in the Champions League next year. I
You
want a
guys are away
season where
first.
we're away. Okay.
Yeah.
I still think we could take care of business. But I want United. Like, I don't think our team next year is going to be ready for the Champions League. I would want, even if it's Europa League again or whatever. But obviously, if we win, we're going to get in the Champions League. But it'll just be a lot of pressure, and I just want whoever the new kind of squad is to gel and have that time and focus on on our domestic league. But whatever, I'll take the trophy if we get it. But yeah, 2-1 United.
I think it's gonna be a little more tight than we think. Lyon's not that bad of a team.
They're not.
I think it's gonna be a 1-1 draw, and then you guys will probably
Take care of
get them.
business at home.
Exactly. I think it's gonna be 1-1 draw this first leg.
Yeah, I was gonna actually say something similar. I was either gonna say 1-1 or 2-2. I'm gonna settle on a 2-2 draw, and then it goes back to Old Trafford, and that's maybe when you guys take care of it and bring it, go to the next round. But I don't know. I don't see you guys winning away the first leg.
All right.
But
And
I
go
do
ahead.
have to ask you though,
Go ahead.
why do you I don't think it makes sense to not want to win the competition.
No, it's not that I don't want to win. I would always take a trophy. It's more for next season, is that because I know we're gonna have such a new squad. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Champions League is not, we're gonna get demolished in Champions League, not only for morale,
Facts.
but just like I just want us to be able to focus more on domestic and do better domestically. Like, I don't think next year we're not gonna be a team that's gonna be like
Competing for it.
competing like we're not Champions League ready because we're gonna have such a whole new squad. So that's the only reason. It's not that I don't want to win. I want to win a trophy. I'm
I
just saying
get
more
that,
for
but
next year.
I wouldn't even think about that because it's like if you get in Champions League, that's going to give you more money to buy the players that you need.
It's
So,
true.
I look at it from that perspective.
Yeah,
Very
well,
true.
it's also by selling. And I'm looking at it from that perspective. Just
Yeah,
sell
but
as
how
much as
many players
possible.
do you have that's gonna allow you to sell like a top dollar to get? You get what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
bought
no, I get
Mason for
it.
like 100 mil. So how much you gonna sell him for now? Well, I mean, granted, he going crazy in real
Hey,
bets.
yeah, stay over there. Stay over there. But no, I get it. I'm just saying it more so just from like I just want us to focus domestically and gel as a team rather than all right, we got Champions League on Tuesday. It's like we're not there yet at all.
Got you. Okay. Okay, makes sense. Last but not least, the Connecticut State playoffs. Talk to us, Francis.
Heard ya,
Since
Chelsea
boys.
Cole Palmer and Nicholas Jackson have been rested.
fully rested. Yes, Chelsea. I need to get their name right. Sorry, Legal Warsaw. Legaia Warsaw. Excuse me. Sorry. Yes. It's away in Poland. It's away in Poland. First leg. Honestly, I'm gonna say 2-0, 2-0. Keep it pushing, and we just smoke them at the bridge. Second leg.
I don't
2-0.
even
We
know why
keep
we're
it moving.
talking about this. Yeah,
It's nothing.
2-0, 3-0, whatever you want to go with. I'll give him one. You guys are
That's
prone
fair.
to doing something.
4-0, 4-1.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well, you know what? That last game in the last round, it didn't look too
But
convincing.
but
Nah,
that
Copenhagen's
like
actually a
we
decent
said,
team.
that's a team they have European experience. So
Yeah,
like that was
Copenhagen is
probably the
decent.
Okay.
best. That was probably the best team because we
No, but
played them.
Legia
United
Warsaw.
United played Copenhagen last year in Europa League.
Yeah.
So that's a team that has some sort of pedigree.
Really, the only two teams that's left that I would even consider as, oh, I need to actually pay attention is Real Betis and Fiorentina. That's it.
Imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a Real Betis
We'll,
jersey.
we'll save that for when the time
Oh
comes.
man, don't let it happen.
All right.
All right, this wraps up the European talk. Up next, match week 32. Who's first on the ticker? Arsenal? Yeah, we play on Saturday. Okay. Yeah. Arsenal versus Brentford. Is this at the G Tech? No, it's at the Emirates.
Nah, you're
Um
home.
yeah, so it's at the Emirates. I'm gonna go 2-0 at home. 2-0.
I'm gonna go 2-1. 2-1 Arsenal.
I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
Preying on our downfall. I want you guys to make sure you're watching.
No,
Make sure you're
Brentford.
watching.
Brentford's a good
Brentford.
team.
Yeah, they need to wake up. They're gonna
Brentford's a
score.
good team. For sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Up
Next,
next, what we got?
Chelsea Ipswich. We lost the first match against them 2-0. Disgusting. Amari Hutchinson and Liam Delap. We have to win this game. There's no excuse. So with that being said, um, I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0. It's going to be a little bit dicey, but I think we're going to get a second goal towards the later end of the game. That'll wrap it up.
I'll go 3-1 Chelsea. I think Ipswich Town. I think the relegation teams already know their stance. I think it's like a 12-point gap between um the last say 17th versus 18th. So it's a wrap. So yeah, 3-1.
This is at the bridge.
Yeah.
2-0 Chelsea. Yeah, 2-0 Chelsea. Should be a
Yep.
pretty like standard, straightforward win.
It better be.
Okay. So I guess that wraps up another
No,
episode of
No, we got one more.
My fault, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize.
United.
I got a little too excited. My fault.
The disrespect is crazy.
You don't deserve any respect.
First
Go.
of all, watch yourself. United versus Newcastle at St. James Park. I don't know why our schedule is doing this to us, but I do. I remember the last game we played against Newcastle was one of the worst performances we've ever put out there. So I would expect a lot better performance just in terms of heart and them playing with some actual pride. So with that, I am going to say a 2-2 draw.
I'm going 1-1. I need you all to get the tie against Newcastle. So please get it.
Selfish.
I am. That's fine.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Newcastle are about to beat you guys, maybe 2 or 3-0. They're in crazy form right now, and it's at
Because they
St.
just had
James's Park.
Leicester.
No, because they won before that too. They're in good form right now. They just won the Carabao Cup. They're in good form. I think they're gonna win 2. I'll go 2-0, and it's at St. James's Park. That's part of it too. Yeah, because I'm looking at their games. Yeah,
Even if we lose, I just need them to play with heart because that first performance was abysmal.
1, 2.
So I expect a
3.
way better performance.
Yeah, they just won 4 games on the bounce, including the Carabao Cup. I think that they're gonna win. So, but we'll see though. We'll see. But okay, now this wraps up another episode of the Banter 3FC podcast. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Find us on all social media platforms at Banter 3FC. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, share all of our content on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Tune in with you guys next week. Appreciate the love and support.
Go Huskies.
Yes, sir.